Hey, yo, the police got their ass kicked by Afroman. Yeah, that was not in my 2026 calendar. What up, though? I'm J Hard, writer, cultural critic. And 3 a.m. New York sliced pizza is actually grand. 3 p.m. New York sliced pizza is actually thin bread with a little bit of tomato sauce. But I love it anyway. So, Afroman, remember him? He had that song back in 2000, Because I Got High? Well, in 2022, unfortunately, the Adams County Sheriff's Police Department out in Ohio raided his home on suspicion of kidnapping and drug trafficking. They caused over $20,000 worth of damage, and they even seized over $500 worth of cash. Well, they found nothing. Nothing, zip, nada, nothing at all. And they didn't get that man an apology. They didn't try to fix his door, which they kind of knocked down, and they didn't do anything. They just left that man alone. So he took it to the streets the only way he know how. He made a series of music videos going on him, and he used the surveillance footage from his own home to point these officers out and talking about them directly in these music videos. He called out one officer, Randy Waters, by saying, "I had sex with his wife and had my stomach on her back," which is a visual I just can't comprehend, but it's not going to allow me to eat any food for the next 30 minutes. He even taught this one dude, Officer Lemon Pound Cake, which is hilarious to me because that dude actually had to get on the stand and actually talk about the reference of lemon pound cake. But when you watch the video footage, he keeps looking at the lemon pound cake as he's trying to raid a house. That dude had more food on his mind than he had about finding drugs. Well, they actually had a little bit upset, and these officers got together and they filed a lawsuit for defamation against Afroman. And everybody had to show up at the court. Even the ex-wife of Officer Randy Waters had to get on the stand and say, "Hey, look, that whole conversation or that whole thing about Afroman saying we had sex, that had nothing to do with us getting a divorce. I was going to leave that man anyway." And that man had to sit there and take that in the courtroom. Afroman himself showed up with the U.S. United States flag colors in a suit. And guess what? His jury or the peers, they found him, I don't know if you call it not guilty, but he was cleared of all civil charges. And he was championed for what he said for freedom of speech. And it got me thinking about the conversation we was having not too long ago about hip hop being kind of ratherly silent when it comes to today's times. When you think about this administration, all the injustices that they've done, we haven't had a lot of rap records that have been kind of anti. Back in the day, 10, 20 years ago, you knew who the president was because hip hop would tell you F. Reagan, F. Bush, F. Clinton, or even F. Obama. They always told you where they stood versus we see the injustice we see now, and a lot of them are silent. Never in my wildest black dreams would I would thought Afroman would be the individual that be out there ready to take it to the extent of even going to the courtroom when it came to standing on his business by using his art. What does that say about the artists who are a little bit more mainstream, a little bit more active? And what does that say about Afroman? Well, a big salute to him, because for me, Afroman had chose expression and justice over clicks and checks.